Listo.
You are now listening to the Hold Your Point podcast, a platform dedicated to discussing millennial culture and experience through a Christian lens, redefining who we are with cultural excellence and as children of the Most High, cultivating thought-provoking discussion and spreading the word of God with love. Hold your point.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Peace to the planet. This is the Hold Your Point podcast. We are the Hold Your Point podcast crew. I got Lee Strauss in here, DJ and DTH. What's happening, fellas?
Yo, what's happening?
What's going on, y'all?
We are here.
Yes, talking about cheesecake today.
Uh-oh, it's going to be spicy.
Boy, look, man, I see it's a ruckus going on social media about lists and where we supposed to and not supposed to take our significant others for dinner.
So they say. So they say.
We're gonna jump into it, man. I think Phil got us loaded up.
That's right. So I don't know if you guys have heard about this viral video of this woman who went on a date with somebody, and it all went wrong because he decided to go to Cheesecake Factory. So you guys want to see the video?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you? Are you're recording me?
In his car.
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
I love the Cheesecake Factory.
This is a chain restaurant.
Chain
Who
restaurant.
takes someone that looks like this
Like
to
what?
a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it?
Like
Lord
a woman?
have mercy.
I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we gonna talk about it.
Well, I don't know where he found this one. Return the sender.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you
And she got the cheap eyelashes
go
on.
all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to
She
take
don't
care
even know
of
the
her.
word.
You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
Not
Not
went
all
into
that
this
while you
date
courting.
as I
Tripping.
expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to respect you, to
Sound like vows to
take
me.
your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
Definitely treat her like a gentleman, bro.
And then, I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with.
I want to fast forward a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
I expect her to be respectful and invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again,
maybe
I don't
we're not
know
there.
yet.
Okay. And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
What'd
But
you
I
do?
got myself all made
nothing
up.
What'd you
wrong
do?
with The Cheesecake Factory,
She got herself made up.
right?
Oh,
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay. Well, look at my plan where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See,
I know you
specifically
didn't.
told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, so I was waiting downstairs for an hour.
Right? But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late. And like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment.
And
that is not possible.
But she wanted
and
the
that's
house.
why I'm saying, I'm thinking, okay,
I
if we're
don't know
not
you well
there
enough to know.
in the
boo.
relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria, especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been, but if we're late, I told you twice.
Late. It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Man, he a simp and she a bird.
Woo. All right. I'll say this. I feel like he's not getting out of pocket from who he actually is. You could tell he's probably, as not Caesar Fortunato like to say, a simp, but he's probably just a nice guy or whatever. But I mean, sitting in the car for an hour, that's crazy. And she seems like she was just there for a free meal, honestly, because you can tell by her demeanor she didn't care that she was late. She didn't seem sympathetic at all. And then, like, she was expecting to be at a high-end restaurant, but she's going to Cheesecake Factory. So I think she was just trying to get a free meal, not really that serious.
It sounds like it was a foodie call, which
Foodie call.
they say women like to do these days. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this whole thing, because someone said maybe it's a skit, right? Because these things happen these days. But the only thing that makes me think is real is the way he's responding, because normally when it's a skit, you can tell that they're acting, even though the acting is bad. But it doesn't look like he's acting to me.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I think it's legit, and it's just again, there's a certain point where it became his fault, his problem, because it should have never gotten that far.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, if it's a first date, he's trying to make a good impression, and okay, waiting an hour is a long time now to wait for somebody.
I ain't waiting nobody.
In the car.
I don't think I would have done it, but okay, because that we learned about that a little later in the video. But from the moment he goes out to walk around the car, and she's like, "I'm not coming out as cheesecake." Done.
She almost
I'm sorry. Excuse me? Who do you think you are?
It's the big shot.
I mean, I don't care how fine she is. You not coming out after I'm taking you out to go to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm taking you to get a meal so we can get to know each other. A first date.
And this
You're
is
not coming out of my car because you can't eat here?
Yeah,
Over there is done.
this is the epidemic that unfortunately the dating world is going through. A lot of women
I
have
feel for you, brother.
a lot of women have overvalued themselves to the point where they're simply delulus. That's what I call them now, delulus, because they're simply delusional. Like in the fact of the matter, like look at that video. There was a point in the video where it almost looked like she didn't even want to acknowledge him. Like he got to the car and she's just like looking at him like, "Oh, you should know. You should know you should know that I'm not going to come here." And then he had to explain, and then he had to get in the car, and she's like looking at the camera. She's not even really looking at him, not even having a real conversation with him. She doesn't see him on the same level as her at all. And that's because women, like I said, have overvalued themselves to the point where they are delulus.
That's why I said that he's a simp and she's a bird, and I don't care what nobody feels about it, because he should have recognized bird tendencies before he even got to that point. Like there's no woman who, like, you know, who's really like looking to pursue something for real who acts like this. At least not no one that you should really be wasting time with.
Yeah, that's what we were saying, that we don't think that she was actually even feeling him like that, that she was just kind of in it to just get a free meal. And then when he took her to a place, you know, Cheesecake Factory, which I actually like the Cheesecake Factory.
Facts.
Who doesn't?
But my question is to y'all is like, if you were to go on a first date, would a cheesecake be acceptable to take somebody? What y'all think?
Well, apparently there's a whole list of places you can't take girls on a
I got
first
the
date.
list if y'all want to see it here.
Please.
Read
All
some
right,
off the
so
fill list.
it may be a little small because of the TV in front of you, but here's the list. Can y'all see that from there? or
Cheesecake,
no?
Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden,
The
the movies.
Can't
Nobody
take
goes to the movies.
Your house, fine. I get it.
I can see IHOP.
Fast food chains.
Any
Buffalo
fast food
Wild
chains.
Wings. Who don't like Buffalo?
B-Dubs, Wingstop,
Oh, look, shirt 16.
Church. Don't take them to church. Starbucks.
the gym.
God, what's
Couple
left? Where we
There is no
going?
left.
Bowling. No,
Nightclub.
there's a lot left. There's
All
a
they
lot
wanna-
all the expensive places.
All
Yeah.
they want to do is
somewhere.
go to an island.
Somewhere that requires a long drive.
A
Waffle
bar
House.
just for drinks.
Sports
Waffle
events.
House. I love Waffle House.
I can kind of see some of these things. Like
Some.
it'll be a little crazy to take somebody to IHOP first date.
Why, man? Y'all tripping.
No, first date you take it to IHOP, bro. Come on, man.
But that's the thing with this whole list is it's not very well made. It's poorly done. And now you're going to discount all of them. Because, okay, I would agree with you on the IHOP, the Denny's, the fast food.
Church, what you think?
What is wrong with Cheesecake Factory?
No,
I don't see
That-
nothing wrong
I
with
cannot
IHOP or Denny's
understand it.
because it depends on like when we meet. Like especially if you know some of these folks, if y'all met at a club or at night somewhere at an event, and y'all just want to spend more time with each other, what's gonna be open? Y'all gonna go to IHOP? Is that not a date?
No. You met her at the club or whatever. So that's technically not the first. I think the first date is when you guys
Plan,
both go to
okay.
a planned date. So if you plan to take somebody to IHOP,
But I mean,
Oh,
she could be
Waffle
cool
House.
with that. Like it just depends on the personality too, man.
It's the mindset, man.
Yeah.
But like I said, I probably wouldn't do that. But the whole, I'm serious.
can we put the list back up? I want to see the list again.
Audacity. It's the audacity for me.
Movie night? Oh, no movies? Okay. I thought
That's
still
what
go
I'm
to the
saying.
movies.
Like some
Ice
of these
cream date,
do not
like-
deserve to be there.
Starbucks is
okay. If
not
it's
a date.
if it's just solo, like ice cream, you just going for ice cream. Okay.
I don't see nothing wrong with ice cream.
No, I'm
either.
saying if
not.
I'm saying if you pair it with like we're gonna do this and then we're gonna go to ice cream later because sometimes a date night can be
That's the best
a
way to
few
have a
different
date. You
things.
have multiple options. That
So
could be.
if you planned if it was a Sunday afternoon, you want to catch a matinee, go to Buffalo Wild Wings and then get some ice cream afterwards. All of that shut down. You can't do none of that.
Yeah, that's true. That list shuts that down.
But my thing is, now on the other side, we talked about the guy being a simp, which means he just let women run over him. Now we don't know. His intentions might not have been very lofty either. Maybe he was in it for something quick. You know what I'm saying?
Saw what he
when
saw.
that's the case, sometimes you'll put up with some stuff just so you can get what you're trying to get. So
Green
that's
card.
a possibility. I don't know if he was trying to marry her. And
What's that
definitely not
episode
now.
of Martin when Pam was trying to marry the plumber? Was it the plumber guy?
Luigi.
To get his green card.
an arranged marriage.
But I think it's crazy that she could be so disrespectful. And I'm saying and as I think about it again, even before, because Lee was saying before he even went to go outside the car, she's not even really paying attention to him as he talked. I mean, I'd be, hello, like you gonna disrespect me to not look at me
Sitting
when
in
I'm
my
talking
car.
to you in my car after waiting an hour, and it goes to this overinflated ego, and it's so funny because sometimes women will say men and their egos, right? But when you think about how egotistical you have to be to think that you are deserving of a certain level of treatment
When you
just because you're a woman.
That's simply it.
Why does anyone deserve anything
Listen, man.
for not doing anything?
Those are the type of women that will never get married.
Facts.
Period. If
Facts.
you do get married, you're not getting married to the man that you whatever.
Could I
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say really quick. That lady gave a master class in how to stay single. For anybody any woman who aspires to have a man,
Don't
do not do what she did. Do
real.
everything opposite. She will be single for the rest of her life if she doesn't change her ways.
Yo, even if she's not even we're not even talking about the marriage thing, but just being a good human. Like why are you recording, taking out your phone and recording and shaming this man that he's taking you to a Cheesecake Factory. You got a free ride to the Cheesecake Factory. He's said he's gonna pay, so that means you able to get him potentially hors d'oeuvres, the meal,
Drink.
and the drink and cheesecake. You gonna spend $100-something at cheesecake? I know because I just went to I took my wife out there recently. $100-something I ended up spending.
Oh, so he going to Cheesecake, yeah.
Yeah, I love. Hey, look,
Hey, he married.
Cheesecake Factory is me and my wife's favorite restaurant.
There's nothing wrong with that.
and we both got our favorite cheesecakes and whatnot. But
And
no, I
then
think it's just a human factor of just being kind.
And the thing is, the type of women like that who act like that, they don't live that type of lifestyle themselves. They're not paying for those type of things for themselves on a regular basis. You know, they're expecting a man to come in and to pay the bill so they can just make instant macaroni and cheese out the blue box or noodles and just to say I look good and this is all that they like. They're not, she's not doing that for herself. She's
in response to this whole thing, I saw somebody make a post that said, whole outfit from Shein, but you can't go to Cheesecake Factory.
I saw another one that said these are the same people that was eating school lunch and now they want Cheesecake Factory.
Like, yeah, man. To DJ's point though, on the treating people, I think it's so interesting because, again, I'll see women oftentimes express how they're more in tune with emotions and more caring and compassionate than men can be. Although men are the ones out here dying on the front lines en masse, right? There might be some women going to war and things like that. But men generally will lay down their life to help other people. Whereas women, that's not what you're called to do, but recognize what the man is doing. But for someone who's supposed to be in tune with emotions and whatnot, to treat the man this way, it is extremely, it's interesting to say the least that you could do something like that.
I'm going to say this and whatever, y'all can continue to talk about it. But brothers, if you make these, because it's an investment now. Him taking this girl, the time, he probably, obviously we knew he was sitting out in the car for an hour. So the time he's invested, like he's already spent money on this girl. So brothers, choose the women you go out on a date with wisely. I would say before you even do any of that, get a minimum of a FaceTime call and maybe 2 to 3 phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Before you make these investments, man, because I feel my brother's pain, man, that he had to go through this.
Yeah, and then it's like, even if whether it's a skit or it's real or not, but it's just a sign of the times, man, because like everybody is so materialistic. Ooh. And it's just this whole like comparison of trying to live out their lives like what they see in social media. And it's like a false projection that like a lot of people are chasing. And it's like, man, bro, the real world does not work that way. Like, especially like now, if a man loves you, obviously he's going to do good things and, take you nice places, show you off. But like, that's going to come like without you having to ask for it. If you got to start asking for it, then, something's out of line.
So he, at the end of the video, she actually starts pouting because he's like, I'm just going to take you home. So she ain't getting nothing out of it.
Good.
She got some clout and some likes and stuff like that, and other girls cheering her
on.
Like, yeah,
all the single girls cheering her on.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it comes to naught. And it's just another piece of evidence mounting for what they call the passport bros movement. Brothers going overseas, and it is what it is. She's a black American woman, seems to be, and I know black women feel like they constantly get beat on and berated for how they act and things. But when you have women like this who are presented before people, it adds to the credibility of the allegations against black women. I'm sorry, but that's not a good look. That's not a soft woman. That's not. It doesn't matter the volume of her voice, but the way she's behaving is childish. So, it's a sad state of affairs. But hopefully, that's, and of course, love black women, love women. They're not all bad. Definitely not. But there's definitely some bad women, the same way there's bad men. So this one didn't seem too good here.
Hey, well, as we get ready to wrap up this segment, I think there's a song that's kind of fitting. I think the artist's name was Junior, but it says, "Take your time, young man. Don't be in a rush to grow old." And, I think that's part of it. Take your time, because every woman here is trying to spend your dime, but who you going to spend it on is going to make the difference. So
there you have it. Another episode of Hold Your Point.
Yep. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. Leave y'all comments down below what y'all think are some of these restaurants legit out of line in 2023. What are y'all thoughts on it? We'd like to hear from you. So subscribe, like. Until next time, man, we out of here. Peace.